I'm Blake Jarvis. I'm interviewing the great Leslie Jones, hilarious comedian. She just killed it. How is it to be back at Fort Collins?
It's really surreal because it's a full circle. So it's like coming back to the place that I actually started at. It's kind of surreal.
So you talked a little bit about how you won a contest, funniest person on campus. What made you want to perform again?
It was just, I think that moment was probably a build-up of moments of knowing that I was funny. Sometimes, you know, people always would like to hang around me because I would make them laugh, but it just wasn't a thing of connecting, making people laugh to being actually on a stage making people laugh. I just always thought I was just a funny person. I didn't think of myself as a comic. So that person that was on the phone I was just talking to, we were in school together and she signed me up for the contest, and it's like, soon as I touched the mic, it was like one of those connect the dots type thing, like, oh, okay, that's what I was supposed to be doing. So it was just a thing of knowing that that's what I was going to do the rest of my life.
That's awesome. So you've done stand-up television on SNL. You've been there for a couple years now, and now the big movie that's coming out. So how does your craft, how does your comedy, how does it change between those different kind of media?
What do you mean? Like?
So do you find yourself having to prepare, how prepared you have to be, or how you have to approach it for the different type of medium?
Yeah, I mean, I guess it just depends on where I'm performing. I mean, you mean if I'm performing towards a college, to a club or something like that? Yeah. Yeah, it all takes preparation. That's kind of why we took this trip also, was because I was going to get to do a series of 6 shows, because I haven't, you know, got to go up a lot since of SNL. It's like 80 to 100 hours a week, so it's really hard to get some stand-up in. So, you know, to be able to go and do gigs and stuff, it helps, you know, to keep the rust off. But as far as preparing, it just depends on where I'm performing at. I'm pretty much myself everywhere. So unless they ask me to do a certain type of comedy, then it's pretty much the same wherever I go.
So you've been blowing up just everywhere over the past 2 years. How's it been like riding that wave of success? Because it's awesome to see it everywhere, it seems.
It's crazy. You can't stop and absorb it, because then you'll get overwhelmed. So it's more where I am. I'm more of just like, what's next, what's next, what's next. I probably should stop a couple of times and look at what's happening, but it's kind of, it's too scary. It always scares me. So I'm always, you know, scared if I stop and look, I might make the wrong decision. So I just keep moving. I'll get to think about it, I guess, when I'm dying.
Right, we're about that later. Right. So who were some of the influential comedians for you when you were kind of perfecting your craft and mastering it? Are there any influential comedians that you kind of looked at their art and said, I want to look like that a little bit, take little bits from them?
Yeah, I mean, but that started when I was young, though. You know, I mean, I think I started with Buster Keaton and Lucille Ball and, you know, Carol Burnett, those you know, those characters. Laugh, if you will, Pippi Longstocking, you know, I mean, stuff like that. I always looked at a lot of, you know, Dean Martin, Jerry Lewis type movies. You know, I always looked for characters that were just bigger than what they were on scene, you know, on screen. But as far as like stand-up, it'd have to be Moms Mabley, Richard Pryor, you know, George Carlin, you know, the bigs.
What do you think you bring to the world of comedy?
Laughter, because it's missing it right now. Comedy is not what it was when I started. When I started, everybody was laughing. Everybody was laughing. We had shows on television that made us laugh. People sat down in a group to laugh together. Comedy, when like I said, was coming up, was a new thing for people to go into a group and watch people and to make you laugh. But it was really pure then, and it was just untouched to where it is now. It's just politically correct. No one wants to offend anyone. No one wants to say what really is funny, and because without getting in trouble or without, you know, making somebody pissed. But that's what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to piss you off. We're supposed to make you mad. We're supposed to make you laugh when you're mad, because that's important. That's an important feeling. People don't realize that comedy and laughter, period, is a release. And the reason that we need it is because we are stressed out all the time. I mean, our economy, racism, dealing in your own life from day to day. you need a point where you sit down and actually laugh at something. Why do you think people love GIFs? Why do you think they love that stuff? Because it's stupid and it's quick. And, you know, I find now that sitcoms that are on TV, they teach you more than make you laugh. You know, before, when we used to watch sitcoms, we would laugh, truly laugh. And I think that what my job is now is to remind people of that. Remind people that it's time to it's okay to laugh. I mean, I'm going to piss you off, but I'm going to make you laugh about that. You know, that's what our job is. I mean, it goes back to court jester stuff. I mean, people think that court jesters really was there to perform for the king, but he really wasn't. The king used him to lighten the stuff that the king was about to do to the kingdom. You know, the jester, he's going to raise taxes. So the court jester's like, he's raising taxes. Must need more goose, something like that, You're getting people ready for that. That stuff is important. So I think that's what I'm going to bring back. I'm going to bring back laughter.
There's comedians like Jerry Seinfeld, Chris Rock, who said college campuses are so difficult. There's so many things you have to circumnavigate and tiptoe around. So we definitely are glad that you came here. I thought you killed the room.
Thank you. I know I was cursing a lot. I didn't realize I was like, oh damn, I'm in a college. When I used to do college gigs, they would make sure before the gig they go, you can't curse, right? It was like, no, these college kids are cursing. Like I'm gonna curse.
So last question. We know this is kind of just a fun one, but we know that you're starring the new Ghostbusters movie. It's a big deal. So we, the crew, were wondering if Chris Hemsworth, did you ever get to run into him on set at all?
Yeah.
Is he as handsome in real life as he is on my screensaver? That's what we were all wondering.
You know what's so damn sad about Chris? Is that Chris is one of the most handsome men, literally, just to even look at, like without makeup, like when he walked into the trailer, he had on shorts and a plain V-neck t-shirt and was literally the most gorgeous piece of specimen that I have ever seen in my life. But what's unfair about all of it is he literally is one of the nicest people. Like, no, seriously, like has his kids as his phone saver, like talks to his kids, he jokes around with us like funny, like a big ass goofball. Yeah. Like you would never even think he was that person. Like Thor, I was like, you're Thor, please act like you have some sense. Like